Ladies, gentlemen, bodies of water, this is the Alchemy Lab. I can be anyone I want to be at the moment in the game, but I am Lee, and I'm playing, now I can play anyone I want. Exciting.
You horrific person. I'm Carl, I'm still going to be Gracchus, and I can only be Gracchus. Although I might become a bear at some point. We'll see what happens.
That'll be dope.
It would be dope. And I'm Matt, and I didn't get to the hairdressers before lockdown. So expect my hair to grow like Carl's beard.
Silly boy. That happened to me last time, though.
Just a quick off topic. I got a beard straightener for Christmas, and I've now discovered that when my beard is properly straightened, it's longer than my neck.
Nice. I got a bunch of beard stuff too.
It legitimately covers down below my neckline.
I didn't get any beard stuff because I can't grow one, ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water.
I could shave, send it to you so you can stick it on and grow it back before we have another episode up, probably.
Don't patronise me, Carl.
Cassius could disguise himself as just Cassius with a luscious beard.
I might do that, actually. Just spend the three charges a day on beard maintenance.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, talking of Cassius, last time, Cassius had used that medallion, or amulet rather, medallion. Let's say it's a medallion.
Yeah.
On your chest
on my hairy chest.
Yeah.
My luscious rug of hair on my chest.
That's why there's no beard. It's because it's all on the chest.
Yeah.
Use that to have a little scouting mission. So you disguise yourself as Lord Solun Ziare. I forgot his name, but I've
I couldn't remember his name either.
You disguised yourself as Lord Solun Ziare, and who had obviously been the victim of an attempted murder, and had a little scouting mission around.
Did.
During
Petrov.
Spoke to the son.
Yeah. So
you spoke to Petrov, the son.
Had a little bit of an argument, didn't they? He wants to go off and do his own thing. He wants to go on a gap year, and his father's like, "No, keep the business if I die." And then
by going off doing his own thing, I think he means the attendant.
Well, that was the thing, wasn't it? Also, I turned into a monk, didn't I? Go with grace or something. Something stupid like that.
You did a bit.
But
it seemed to work for him.
He liked that.
It seemed to work for him.
Jedi and just decided, and may the force be with you, son. I mean,
wrong universe, or is it?
Well, so you're back in the room now, I guess.
I am.
You're back in Ziare's room. You filled Gracchus in on what you've found.
Yeah, with Petrov, and then Petrov and the attendant having a little saucy tryst, a little love interest going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
we'll open there.
Yeah, so we met her as well.
Yes,
and she seemed to be a bit standoffish as well, didn't she?
You got the sense she was hiding something.
Yeah, you got the impression she was hiding something from memory serves. Which now makes sense.
Yeah. Because
I'm going to guess Petrov hasn't told his dad that, the reason he doesn't want to follow up on the found footsteps is because he wants to be with the attendant.
He wants to bang the help.
Yeah.
Such a saucy taboo up in tier 4. Naughty boy. But yes, well, I think that hopefully strikes them both off the list.
I mean, you'd expect it to. Would you really want to kill your father if you were planning to just walk away anyway?
Indeed. Now, the attendant did say that the mother and her mother, his wife and her mother had just come back. I would be interested to know how long they'd been gone for.
She said they were on their way back.
But also how long they'd been gone for. Perhaps then we can look at the... Indeed. If anything, for this one, depending on how long the trap had been set for. How is he looking?
The doctor said he'll pull through. He'll need rest for a few days. He's still out of it at the moment, so I don't think we're going to be able to question him much right now.
Can we not? Is he asleep now?
He is. He's pretty. He looks asleep.
Okay.
Do I have? Never mind. I don't have it. I don't have it set. Never mind.
It's not an immediate concern. I just.
Well, I was going to say if I had it set, I might suggest possibly would cure wounds give us a bit of time lucidity, but I don't even have it as a prepared spell, so it's irrelevant.
Right.
No, I have nothing to help. No, all of my stuff is just hurt people.
Yeah.
Or utility. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a knock at the door presently. Are you still disguised as Mr. Ziare?
I didn't turn it off.
No, you didn't. You just came back in the room. Maybe
Okay.
you can answer that.
And if you could position yourself behind me so no one can see the bed, that would be good.
Matt, does the
Yes.
bed have any kind of like curtaining or covering that can close around him to sort of at least obscure the mat?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice bed, so you can probably.
Yep, cool. I'm gonna loosen it and pull it across so it looks like it's just closed off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to find a robe.
All right. Okay. So make an investigation check. Pretty low DC, just to grab one real quick.
Right, so that was good. 28. Yikes.
Yeah, that's fine. You grab a robe.
I see the future.
I hope I don't run all the 20s again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go straight to the cupboard that you think this is probably where he would keep the robes. You open it, sure enough, it's where he keeps his robes, and you pick one out. Which one do you pick out? Describe the robe.
I pick out. It's a lovely burgundy with darker burgundy stripes in it, with a light sort of not lilac, like a sort of a dark purple like collar thing. Nice gold tassel belt with SZ stitched onto it. Of course, he's monogrammed it. Rich bugger.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
In fact, Gracchus, if you could grab the door, I can look like I've just got out of bed.
I can do that. I walk over to the door. Who is it?
It's Mihre.
I crack the door open and sort of, I'm still standing in front of the door. That's the first thing she'll see is me.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Hira.
She looks a little. I don't know, a little intimidated.
Yes, Hira.
Make an insight check on her real quick.
Mm-hmm. Not the best at this. Let's hope I roll a 20. I did not. I rolled a 9.
Roll a 1.
So it's a 10 overall.
Okay. You notice that she is a lot more. She's a lot more kind of. She's a little bit flushed. You notice that, but you notice she's also a lot more kind of straight backed and a lot more formal than she was before.
Is everything okay?
Yes, absolutely. I was wondering if, well, Mr. Ziare, Lady Ziare and Lady Frella have arrived back. They just landed on the roof.
And they'll be taken to the other. Was it living room we agreed
It was
upon?
like a study or something, wasn't it? Like
Yeah, it was another room to keep them separate from the main where the ruckus was.
There's a living area they can be taken to, yes.
I believe Lord Ziare would prefer that. Is that not right, my lord? At which point I sort of step out the way to. Again, I'm still in front of her, but I lean back so she can see over my shoulder.
So I'm just sort of doing it up, and I go, "Yes, Hira, if you could take them to the living room, that would be splendid. Could you tell me, Hira, how long have they been gone for? My mind's.
They've been gone for the last 4 days.
Of course, yes. I will make myself look more presentable, and I'll meet them presently.
All right. They were. I told you, I think earlier, they were a little overdue. They were supposed to be back about an hour ago, but they've been delayed.
I'm sure everything will be fine. Thank you, Hera. That'll be all.
I'll take them down there right away.
We'll be down present as soon as Lord Ziare is ready, I assure you.
Mm-hmm.
At that, I sort of slowly close the door.
What was the mum's name?
Lady Freya, did you say? Or Freya?
So
we've got
the
Lady...
names given were Lady Ziare and Lady Frella.
And she's Lady Jocasta Ziare.
Lady Jocasta Ziare, yes.
Yep.
And Lady Frella is the mother-in-law.
Obviously, we don't have a first name for that one yet.
No.
Not yet.
Okay.
So 4 days they've been gone. Do you still have the diary page?
Yes.
I want to look at the diary page and see what the previous days were. If there's any indication there'd be any reason to go into that drawer. Because from what we understand, that the only thing that kept in there are the contracts, right?
Yeah.
For staff. So
and they're monthly. I'd be looking... Actually, you look at the diary, I'll look at the will. Because it's been changed recently.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I'm going to check the diary pages to see if there's any other meetings that would have caused him to go to that drawer. Based on the limited knowledge I have, that the contracts for the staff were kept there, and I know that they were looked at monthly.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So the contracts in the will were in that drawer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So looking back through, make a make me investigation checks, I think.
Cool.
24.
13 for me.
Okay, so given that again, I think for you, Carl, this would be a lower DC because you know what you're looking for. Given what was in the drawer, you're looking through the schedule, you can't see any direct reason to go in the drawer over the last 4 days. The only direct reason would be on this day today.
Would have been for the contracts.
Would have been for the contracts, exactly.
Okay.
As for the will, it's not entirely... So without reference to what the will was beforehand, this looks like it's a fresh will to amend for the fact that the daughter has passed on.
Which would be in our sort of time frame, her passing would be before that month, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would have been probably
it's a little bit
2
before,
months
isn't
prior.
it? Because I was out of action for a couple of weeks.
I was gone for a couple.
And then we did the other thing where we had to do the pots and pans. Then we had to have a bit of time.
We've been busy in between her discovering her and getting to here.
Yeah,
it's roughly 2 months back.
Okay, so all things considered, they would have grieved, but they would have also kept their house in order. We can assume, we can't confirm, but we can assume this would be done before the contracts, and then the previous month as well. The contracts would have been in there, so no other real reason.
The will was amended within the last month.
Okay,
and
so that puts the possibility of this being about an amendment in that will back on the table, because
potentially
someone planted that trap in that drawer specifically because they had to know what was in there. From what I can see, there's nothing on his diary that would excuse him to go into that drawer prior to today. If anything, our meeting brought the time he opened it forward.
Yes.
So if someone wanted to do him harm, they could have set that trap weeks ago and then left it.
On the contracts, does it say when he's supposed to? Is there like a time when he was supposed to be doing these contracts?
The diary,
or on the diary, does it say when he's?
The diary has it. It's a monthly thing, and this today's date would have been this day.
But a time? Is there a time?
There is a time there, yes. And that
what-
time has now passed.
And when was that time?
That time was, it would have been about an hour ago
So
from now.
it would have been after our meeting had been penciled in, because our meeting was penciled in by him earlier than that time slot.
Yes.
So
And when was it
after
penciled
what
in on the
we
day, Matt?
It was penciled in. You contacted him ahead, I believe.
I think we contacted him the night before.
So
See him in the morning.
yeah. So it would have been penciled in the night before.
Right. Okay.
So that means if we brought forward that drawer being opened by the virtue of us turning up on the day that we did. If not, the fact that the wife and the mother-in-law turning up an hour late means that they should have returned when he would have been opening the drawer.
Originally so, but then they've been delayed.
Which
She doesn't want to see it. Allegedly. What I was going to say, Carl, is my bet's coming in. I'm pretty sure my bet's coming in.
there's still questions we need to know, because the business partner was in the building, right?
He's still here.
Not the business
He's still
partner, rival is still in the building. So
Yes.
I think we need to talk to him. We need to talk to the wife. I think to talk to the wife, you'll need to rock up as Ziare.
Absolutely. I'm going to stay as as long as I can.
If anyone asks questions, you can just say that you've hired a new bodyguard.
Yeah.
Or we had a business that you asked for some assistance. The attempt was made. We saved you, and until you'll get to the bottom of it, you've decided to keep outside help, just until you can get to the bottom of it. If anyone asks me where Cassius has gone, I'm just going to say he's reaching out to our contacts for any further information regarding the nature of poison in the trap.
I mean, you don't even have, they can ask Lord Ziare and he can tell them to fuck off.
Exactly. Yeah, but if someone tries to ask Gracchus, someone tries to ask me, that can be the cover story. If anyone asks, the cover story is Cassius is out reaching out to our contacts to try and get more information on the nature of the poison, the type of the trap, and how easy to come by it is. And because I am the muscle, quite clearly, you've retained me as a bodyguard. So if someone wants to try something more direct, they've got a big half orc to try and get through too.
So who are you going to see first?
I think the wife, personally,
so.
because the business rival comes into it depending what happens here.
Yeah,
for me.
And he's already said that he doesn't think the business rival is behind it.
Yeah, because the rival doesn't have anything to gain by taking him out.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing.
I still have my suspicions.
I think your suspicion is probably going to ring true.
I hope so.
Matt, Ron, did you say he had a living daughter still or not?
Youngest daughter.
Oh, youngest daughter.
Yeah, because you said there was a son, the elder daughter, which is the one that we found dead, and then the youngest daughter, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. We have yet to find names for the youngest daughter and the business
rival.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think we should go see the wife. I want you to keep your insight senses clear. Watch for these things, Gracchus. Have advantage. And we'll go see her.
Cool.
Okay. So you both leave. You both.
I lock the bedroom door as we leave.
Okay. Good.
I don't want anyone wandering in there and seeing the actual Lord Ziare asleep, and I also don't want anyone else trying to snoop around where we've been.
All right. Good. So you descend the stairs. You can hear some voices ahead. Make perception checks.
17.
I'm killing it today. 27.
All my luck was taken up last time on all the consistent 20s.
Well, you can hear these voices are raised, and you can hear that they are fairly urgent. It seems that the news has been broken to Lady Frella and Lady Ziare that something happened to to Solun while they were away. They sound pretty frantic. You're catching a few words, Cassius. You're hearing sort of the standard kind of who could have done this, what happened exactly, and it's a lot of frantic kind of repeated questions, trying to get information, it seems, but not really taking the information in. You reach the bottom of the stairs. You walk a little ways down the corridor from the study.
Before we walk into any rooms, I whisper to Cassius, how do you want to play this? Me walk in first or you?
I think perhaps you. If she touches me, we're not quite the same frame, so...
Okay. I'll go in ahead. Might draw her eyes away enough as well to keep her querying away from you too much.
Thank you. Mulled wine.
On delivery. Cool. So in that case, I'm going to head and I'm going to walk slightly ahead so that I can ensure that if anyone goes to him, I can intercept.
So there are double doors open leading into a very, very lush living area. Again, so there were sofas kind of lining the corridors where people can kind of just sit and admire the art on the walls. The ones in here are very, very, very plush. They're arranged in sort of a square where the family can kind of lounge and talk together, and meetings can occur in here. There is a large fireplace, tapestry lining the walls of seemingly of, it's sort of lining all of the walls, and it seems to represent the Shattered Lands. Various kind of large land masses and artistic depictions of Mihre and of Ulverland and of Senon and of even of Kalgargarak and even of Torgorvan. And other places that you know of or have visited before.
Do they have the end of the world?
They do not. They do not have the edge of the world.
No.
Just the living parts.
Be like
the living lands.
Torgorvan and that kind of region, probably the furthest out they would have mapped, because not past us. There's not much there.
Yeah.
No, the edge of the world is me. That's where that's what it's called.
The edge of the world doesn't appear on many maps.
Like I said, most people wouldn't think beyond. Like I said, most people accept that Torgorvan is probably the last habited part of the Shattered Lands. Beyond us,
amateurs.
It's ghost lands.
Bloody amateurs. Right. Anyway, let's croc. Let's rock and roll.
Let's croc, guys.
That was crack on and rock and roll to croc.
We'll make it a thing.
Let's not. Let's not give those any more.
Cool. So I'm going to walk into that room. I'm going to act up a little bit here. So I'm going to be very straight backed. I'm going to call back to my old enforcer days a little bit. I'm going to make myself imposing. So straight backed, arms across my chest. I'm going to puff up his natural big frame to make it imposing, so that people are their gaze is fixed on me for a lot of this. Good stuff. They don't get too querying of Cass, because you'd expect her to know her husband reasonably well, and I just don't want her to get much time to
make a performance check.
That sounded like a wet fart.
Make a wet fart check.
It's a 19. Thanks.
Okay.
I rolled well on that one.
You have shit yourself, Gracchus. Congratulations.
God damn it.
Yeah. Constitution saving throw. So you come in, and very, very straight backed. This is sort of a standard routine for you in a way, or it used to be at least. Yeah. You're very. The idea is to be as imposing as possible, and that all eyes in the room turn to you at once. Make an insight check, please.
Both of us.
Do I get Do I get advantage based on that? What Cassius wants me to look out for?
Yes, you do.
Good thing I did. That's a 15.
Okay, remind me what Cassius wanted you to look out for.
So,
I wanted him to look out for, initial reactions.
yeah.
Facial expressions. We give away a lot in the first source, and then we try and change it. That's what we do with it.
I'm looking for people's initial reaction to seeing someone that they don't recognize, who is clearly here for muscle, and then looking for them to try and shift that reaction to something less obvious. So less startled or less concerned that someone else that they don't recognize is now clearly working for Solun in their eyes. Like, I'm not part of the staff. I'm not one of the guards. That should catch people out, especially if I'm preceding him into the room.
Right. So
that reaction.
Okay. So as well as Mihre, you see a very thin elven woman. Hair is pulled back in a very tight bun. She looks kind of frail. She's wearing very dark clothes of mourning. And she looks at you and she freezes. Like you're an unknown face in her home. She freezes. And you see a bit of fear pass. And then confusion after that.
Probably a standard reaction considering.
The older woman.
So when you would you say she's the youngest person in the room? She look quite young.
Bar hero, I'd imagine.
Bar hero.
Would it be safe for me to assume that this is most likely his youngest daughter?
No, this would be the wife.
Oh, okay. Sorry, when you said okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
You've not met the youngest daughter yet.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get an idea in my head of what Grax's expectations would be. So okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. So yeah, this is Hera, and she is no, it's not. This seems to be Jocasta.
Okay.
The wife. The older woman, who is a lot more squat, a lot more formidable, also elven, and approaching the middle of her, kind of just before her later years, I would say.
Okay.
So her hair is starting to grey.
Yep.
She is more squat, like I said, a bit more formidable. She just narrows her eyes at you and raises an eyebrow. Almost like you're a curiosity.
Okay.
Hera just straightens up.
Makes sense. She should be aware of who I am at this point.
I am going to appear from behind Gracchus, but still behind him.
Okay.
I want to work these ladies out. I want to work them out.
Okay, make me an insight check. So as you come out, they see you, and
21.
Okay, so both of them seem surprised to see you up and about. Jocasta gives a sharp intake of breath. Lady Frella sort of just leans back in her chair. She doesn't give much away at all.
She's played this game before.
Cassius falls in love with her.
She can keep a secret.
Solun, we thought you were... We thought you would be laid up.
I just wanted to come by and see how you both are after your trip. After that, I will return to my quarters.
Well, we're fine. The trip was fine, apart from the delay. How are you feeling?
Tired, but the doctor says I will make a full recovery.
Yeah, the older woman leans forward. Indeed. You must have had a rather lucky escape based on the description young Mihre has given us.
Well, Lady Frella, we make our own luck in life.
If I may interject, Mom. Fortunately, I have some experience in the nature of the work that I do. I was able to react as soon as I saw the trap trip. I managed to pull the Lord here away from the majority of it and was able to administer some palliative care until the doctor could come and finish the work.
And who are you?
My name is Gracchus Heartbreaker. I'm a member of Heartbreaker Investigations.
I see. And what is he doing here, Solun?
He is working for me, Lady Frella. As I'm sure you're aware, someone has just made an attempt on my life. I intend to have some people of worth investigate why that was and who that was.
At that, I give a curt nod to Solun.
Mm-hmm.
So Jocasta, so she looks a little confused. When was this? You didn't. I don't remember him being scheduled to come here. I don't remember a meeting on the schedules.
Well, you have been gone for several days, my dear.
Well,
The issue of the delay is partly on myself and my colleague.
You don't need to explain yourself, Gracchus. No. I have led this business and this family for a good long while. I understand you have questions, but questions as to why I'm doing the things I'm doing, well, I do not appreciate that. I'm tired, and I would expect you to respect me.
Make a performance check.
Absolutely. I've got the Shakespearean guy in my head still, haven't I?
Yes, you do.
21.
Okay.
I'm playing blackjack. 21.
You're making bank apparently
21.
as well.
Okay. Okay. So, Jocasta sort of, she leans back a little bit. She seems a little taken aback.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't seem suspicious at all. Lady Frella frowns at you. You seem to think she's about to say something, but she doesn't. And she seems... But she does look at Jocasta and gives her a look.
And Jocasta sees that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, ladies, I'm glad you were all right. I'm glad your trip went well. I must now retire to my chambers so I can get some rest. I can speak more about this when I'm at full health.
Yes, dear, you should go upstairs. You don't look well. You look very tired.
Thank you, Lady Frella. Maybe you should too. And I'll leave.
As we're leaving...
Thank you, Lady Frella. You look old.
As
you
we're
old
leaving,
bitch. Fuck you.
As we're leaving, Matt, I want to turn to Mihre and just say, Mihre, if you may, could you bring some food and drink for Lord Solon in a few moments to his room?
Of course, of course. What would Lord Solon like?
Lord Solon, what would you
Lord
like?
Solon?
I was away with the fairies. My usual afternoon snack, thank you.
Of course, right away.
Off I go. I'm not speaking to Lady Frella anymore. She's an old bin.
Yeah, at this, I wait for Solon to leave and then follow very closely behind him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. All right. Okay, good. So make a actually you don't need to make a perception check for this. As you head, I guess you're heading back up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a bit of activity upstairs. And you hear a young voice sort of seems to be having a bit of a moan.
Mm.
And you see Petrov sort of up at the top. You see him leave his chamber, followed by another woman she seems pretty young, seems in her mid-teens, maybe sort of 16, 17.
I bet you a gold piece that's another one of our suspects.
One thing I've learned, Cassius, in our brief time together is I'll never take that bet.
Very well.
I'm just throwing gold at you at that point.
Seems we're about to meet contestant number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess
do the same thing again, please, Gracchus. You may jump on me.
Understood.
Well, I'd normally be happy for that.
I think we can both join that club.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do this now. Okay, so she sees. So as you reach the top of the stairs, Gracchus, obviously, you make a bit more noise as you're a heavier dude, and she stops and turns, and her eyes widen as she sees you, Cassius, and she's just sort of kind of clasps her hands together. Father.
We don't know her name.
No.
We don't know her name.
Yes, I'm fine. This is Gracchus. You'll be looking after me for some time.
Okay. Petrov said something about.
Introduce yourself, dear.
Oh, Elia Ziare.
Pleasure is mine, Miss Ziare.
What did Petrov say, Elia?
He said that there was some trouble. He heard from Mihre that there was some trouble, that you were sick. You don't look sick.
We have good doctors here on this tier.
Yes, we do.
Nothing to worry about, Elia, how are you?
Fine. Yeah. The trip was fine. Yeah, we were delayed for some reason.
Did they say
I don't know
why, Elia? No?
No. Well, they said some excuses, I guess. I wasn't really paying much attention. Something with the balloon, maybe, or something with the weather. I don't know. It was just,
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back and I'm glad you're safe. I'll be resting up for a few days. While I don't look ill, I'm a bit tired.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, yeah, get well soon, I guess.
Thank you, Elia.
Okay. Make insight checks on that.
Natural 20. It's probably fucking wasted. She's a teenager. Fuck. Fucking wasted 20. You look into her eyes and see she is the murderer. Yes!
She wipes the poison off her hands.
You see that, you catch that liar's gaze and realise that she, in fact, is the murderer.
Well, with your natural 20, you see pretty much that everything she's just said is above board.
Fucking wasted.
So
I could have told you that.
She's been completely honest. She knows that there was a delay. She doesn't know why. She does seem worried, but she's trying to be a bit aloof because she is a teenage girl. But yeah, it's she seems like a budding kind of socialite. Hence the kind of pose and the
demeanor and all of these things. Okay. Right, let's make our way back to the room.
Back to the bedroom then.
Back to the room.
All right, and we will.
Everyone missed my saucy wink there.
Let's have a.
We'll see it.
I'll tell you what. We'll run a tad longer here. So in the bedroom, you'll get a chance to quickly discuss your findings, if you wish, and your plan of action.
Thoughts,
if there is one.
Well, Lady Frella is a prickly hag, but I don't understand why she'd be going for Lord Ziare, unless it was for her daughter. The daughter seemed shocked, but shocked in the right ways.
I'd agree.
Petrov and Hera, well, they have their own things to be doing. They want to run off into the sunset together. The youngest daughter, I didn't realize how young she would be. Probably not looking to kill her father off. She was quite concerned that I was up and about. Leaves us one more person.
We need to question the business rival.
We need the final person.
I also want to. I called Hera to the room because I want to ask her some questions about Lady Frella.
Very well.
And about her relationship with Lord Ziare. I get the impression she's not the biggest fan of Solun. Like you said, the wife, Jocasta, she seems to be genuinely caring about him. She was genuinely shocked and surprised to see me walk into the room. Lady Frella didn't, though. She glared.
She may just be one of those people that doesn't like anyone, but yes, it would be good to find out.
We have a mysterious delay on a trip that was 4 days, that lasted 4 days, which gives them an alibi. A delay that the daughter doesn't know the reason for.
I wonder if the pilot is still here. I wonder if the pilot is still here.
I can get here again. If he is, we can get Hera to hold him here. I imagine he probably works for the family directly. The family of this amount of means.
I would imagine so, yes. Very well. We question Hera, we question the balloon man, and we question the business rival.
Yes.
And then we solve the crime. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Well, we'll see all of that next time.
In the next part of
this case number 6, the mystery.
Still as yet untitled.
It will obviously be titled when you watch it, but I don't know it yet.
We film these. We don't know titles when we film these. We leave that to Matt. Matt is the creative part of this. The writing creative part of this team. So.
We're just the talent.
Yep.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, you've seen all those poses now, and to see even more of them, keep on watching
and smash all of the buttons that YouTube gives you to smash.
Yep. Do all the buttons. Do the sharing and the liking and the commenting and all that. And we will see you next time.